This video explains how Docusign can replace time-consuming, manual agreement processes by automatically writing files to your cloud storage system. Note that all values, email addresses, keys, secrets, tokens, and other personal information shown are for demo purposes only and have been deleted or revoked. Before we dive into the technical details, let's take a look at file output to cloud storage in action. This video demonstrates how to set up a Maestro workflow for adding account beneficiaries. The process begins with an email that informs a customer that a workflow is awaiting completion. The customer selects the emailed link. The customer is presented with a web form that is pre-populated with their name and account number. The customer fills out the form to provide information about the new account beneficiaries. The customer then reviews the information and submits it. Next, an e-signature envelope is populated with information from the web form. The customer reviews the information and signs the envelope. Behind the scenes, the completed envelope is automatically written to the cloud storage system. Let's take a look at the components of a file output to cloud storage solution. The first is an extension app. Developed and hosted externally to Docusign, it provides additional functionality to Docusign agreement processes. Docusign sends a write file request to the extension app when a workflow reaches a file output step. The request includes the file contents as a base 64 encoded string, a file naming convention, and a location for the file. Optionally, the extension app can return information about the cloud storage drives and directories. This enables a workflow process builder to select the cloud storage location where files should be stored. After creating an extension app, you must register it to provide Docusign with information required to invoke the app. Shown here is the first stage of the guided form-based registration process in the Docusign Developer Console. You also have the option of registering an extension app by uploading an app manifest file, shown here. After you've registered your extension app, you can use the Developer Console testing features to make sure that Docusign can access the extension app. Shown here is a test of sending a write file request. The second component of this file output to cloud storage solution is a Maestro workflow. Workflows are created and executed on the Docusign platform. You use the no-code Maestro Workflow Designer to build a workflow. Shown here are the steps that make up the example workflow shown in the demo earlier. This step invokes the extension app to write a completed envelope from the send documents for signature step to cloud storage. Let's take a closer look at how to set up this step. First, a workflow process builder adds a step that will invoke the extension app to write files to cloud storage and selects Configure. The workflow process builder selects the send documents for signature step as the source of the file to write to cloud storage. The extension app is invoked to display a list of cloud storage drives. Selecting Add Folder invokes it again to list the folders. The process builder can drill down in the folder structure and also choose the creation of a new folder with a naming convention consisting of text and workflow variables. Variables allow the creation of customer-specific folder names. Next, the process builder defines the file naming convention, which can also include text and workflow variables. The step configuration page displays the full path and naming convention for the files. The process builder applies the settings. The third component of this solution is a Maestro API integration. Developed and hosted externally to Docusign, it calls Maestro API endpoints. To start workflow instances programmatically, the integration must implement at minimum 3 API requests. The first is a Get Workflows List request. It returns a list of the workflows in your account, including their IDs. The API integration extracts the ID of the workflow to be triggered. The ID is included as a path parameter in the next requests. A Get Workflow Trigger Requirements request retrieves the requirements to start instances of the workflow. The response includes workflow variable names in the trigger input schema object. A trigger workflow request starts an instance of a workflow for a customer. For this use case, the request includes customer-specific values that are populated in the account number, owner name, and email properties in the request's trigger inputs object. Once you've implemented and tested your file output to cloud storage solution, you can start the process to move to production. Both the extension app and the API integration must pass Docusign review. You submit your extension app for Docusign review from the developer console. After it passes review, you can publish it to make it available to install and use in production. To go live with your API integration, you request a Docusign review from the Apps and Keys page. After the integration passes review, you can promote it to production. Thanks for watching. You can find complete documentation, walkthroughs, and sample code for extension apps and Docusign APIs on the Docusign Developer Center.